Go ahead in the comments. Let us know who's here. You've given StreamYard or Facebook permission, and tag all your buddies and tell them to get on over here. I wanted to miss out on all the fun tonight. We're up to 29 folks because we are going for a big practice of over 100 folks on tonight. So you better be tagging your friends to let them know we're here because we want to see you. I'm just checking who's going to have the most. Which company is going to have the most on here? Teresa there, I can tell. Make sure you get the sound on your computer turned on. I see some names. Okay, Gloria and Lynn and Gina. Make sure you put your company name in there, please. Yeah, Tupperware. We love that Tupperware feeling, don't we? All right, everybody.
Yes.
Welcome. And I am Marsha Brown with the Hooray Sales Team. And next we have, who wants to go next? Brooke.
Hey, it's Brooke Sally with Excite Party Sales, and we are excited all the time. Woo!
All right,
Carter from the Bayou. Bayou Party Sales.
Come on down to the bottom row.
Hey, it's April Watt with High Wattage Enterprises, and we are so excited.
Yes, and then
Kim DiMacario with the Galaxy.
Yay for the Galaxy. All right, everybody. Now make sure you are putting in the comments that you are here. Make sure you have let us know what company you're with. We're going to be doing some drawings throughout the night. So we need to know Charlie is on control. He is watching. So he needs to know who you are and who you're with so that when we do our drawings, we can recognize you. And of course, you're going to get extra chances in the drawing tonight. When you are commenting, when you hear something you love, you say, yay, I love what I just learned, or I didn't know that, or something like that. And we're going to come back and say, what was something you learned? And we want to hear from you because each company is going to have some little drawings that they're going to do themselves. And that way, when all the comments are done, they'll know you are here. They'll know who you're with, all that kind of good stuff. Lord have mercy. I can't even talk tonight. I'm so excited. Okay. So I think, ladies, what are we going to be talking about tonight?
Birthday month.
And what is the most important thing about the birthday month?
Parties.
Parties. Right. It's about parties and it's about presents. So I'm going to let everybody say goodbye to my friends for just a few moments. And then they're going to be coming back to see you in just a little bit, but we're going to go ahead and get us started. Once again, if any of your friends are not here yet, tag them, tell them to get on over here. We're going for, like I said, over 100 people in attendance. When we do, we're going to have a big drawing. It's going to be exciting. We're going to, give away a big surprise pack when there's over 100 people on. So make sure you are tagging your friends there as well. So as we said, it is all about the presents. And, the present is a very important thing. In fact, time is the present, right? And that's, or time is like a gift that we give ourselves. And that's why we call it the present, because time is a gift. And we need to make sure that we are utilizing the time that we have best. So tonight we're going to take you through some ideas on presents and play on the word presents in terms of how you're going to build a very successful birthday month. So there's an old saying that there's always time for the things that matter most. And as I said, time is a gift. That's why we call it the present, because when you work every moment that you can, when you use the time that you have to the best ability, then you will always benefit. So there's an old saying, plan your work and work your plan. Now I'm going to turn this off for slides off for just I'm back. That was me. I actually hit the wrong thing and then my PowerPoint's missing. So let me load that back up. There we go. All right. So I was trying to take the PowerPoint off and I hit the wrong button. Okay. So I want to talk to you a little for just a minute about time, because I want you to all get your calendar out if you have a calendar. If you don't have a calendar, get a piece of paper out. because I want to talk to you about the idea of time and what time is all about. So for most of us, our lives are kind of like a big fish bowl, right? We have this bowl, and in this bowl we have, our time. This is where we put our time, and we think, well, we only have like a limited amount of time, because over and over and over, I have people tell me, oh, I don't have time, or I would like to do more, but I just don't have a lot of time. And that becomes an excuse that people use to not work. But the reality is, guys, there's always time for the things that matter most. So for most of us, we have things in our life that are kind of like this. They're the big things. We have big balls, right? Big things that we have to do, big things that are really important. They might be the things that are red in my little bowl right here. And they might be things that we're committed to. I'm just pour those in there, made a lot of noise. That was something I was supposed to do and I forgot to do. It just fell away. All right, so my bowl's starting to look pretty full, and I'm going, I don't have a whole lot of time because, I've got work and I've got church and I've got to be at the soccer game and I've got, some different things that I have to do. So my bowl is getting really, really full. But we all know that in the midst of all of that, there's still other things like, your little one comes in, whether it's your daughter or your son or your grandson or your granddaughter, and they say, I want to read a book. And you know what? We try to find the time for that. So those things have a way of fitting in to all of the other things that we do. They're smaller things than the big things that have to get done every day, every week, every month, but they're equally important, and we need to make time for those. So we find a way to fit those in. Maybe it's an hour here, maybe it's 45 minutes there. We find a way to do the things that are important to us. And suddenly our bowl's looking a little bit more full. And then we're going, well, I know I don't have time to do any more than I'm doing in Tupperware. But the reality is, yeah, we do. Because we have these little bits of time. See my little bits of time that I have here? And in those little bits of time, that might be 15 minutes here. It might be 30 minutes. It might mean I got up 15 minutes earlier so that I could make a couple of posts, or I could write a thank you note to send to my hostess. It might be 15 minutes after everybody goes to bed that I take a few minutes to look at my schedule, to make a list of people that I'm going to call. And we put those in there. And before you know it, our bowl is, we found space. And now we think, oh my gosh, I don't have any more space that I could fit into my day, my day, my week, my month. There's just no more time. But there really is. Because see, in between all of these things that we have, these balls of life that we are dealing with, there are spaces. And there's something very fluid about our business that fits into that. So I can take this big old glass of water, and do you notice that it finds a way to fit in between every single one of those things? Nothing had to get dislodged, nothing left, nothing went in out of the bowl. The water is there. In fact, I have room to go a whole nother glass of water of time into my bowl of life. So you see, our Tupperware business is a lot like water. It has a way to fill in the cracks. And this is why it's important to think about the time that you have and how you're going to use it. So think about this as we get ready to prepare for our May birthday month. And this is why I wanted you to have a calendar or a piece of paper, because I want you to recognize that there are 35 days in May. There are 5 weeks, 7 days each. Now, there are 24 hours in every single day. There's 168 hours in a week. There's 840 hours in the month. Now, I know as part of that, you've got these balls, right? You've got to get some sleep in there. So you might get 6, 7, 8 hours sleep a day over the, so you take add that up and you figure out what that is. You might have a full-time job that's 40 hours a week. You got to figure that out of that 868 hours in a week that you're working with. You might want to take out of that some time that you spend to cook dinner and have dinner with your family, or things that you are committed to that you can't change around. Okay. So those are important things, and you mark those on your calendar. You need to get your calendar out, and I'm going to show you kind of what it looks like, and you're going to mark those things in there. But when you do this, after you've marked in all of the things that you know you're committed to do, the things that are there, you're going to discover that you still have probably 50 hours a week or more that you have to play with. And they might not be in one big chunk. They might be 30 minutes here. They might be 15 minutes there. They might be an hour or 2 hours over here. But this is what it can look like. Out of that week, if you have an extra 50 hours in the week, after you filled in all those other things that you have to do, can you find 40 hours a week to work? If not, maybe you only had 40 hours and you don't think you want to work all 40. Can you find 20? Can you find at least 10 hours in the weeks of May? I'm not asking you to do it all the time. I'm asking you to do it for this 1 month, because we're going to talk to you about how much money that can mean to you if you do this. Can you find 10 hours in a week to work? Once you have done that and you have found, okay, this is some times that I have, you're going to get a calendar. So I have a calendar right here that I have created. This is my calendar to work with. I'm going to switch my thing just like this, so a little bit better. Okay. And basically this is the month, because our months start on a Wednesday, but the month of May is going to actually start on April 25th, which is that Thursday. We end on the Wednesday, and we're going to go all the way to May 29th. Those are the 35 days of our month. And I've written down 6 things that we need to spend time on in our business every single month. Now, not necessarily every single week will we hit all of them, but it's great if we can. But once again, it depends on, are you going to work 10 hours a week, 20 hours a week, 40 hours a week? And those things are parties, prepping, getting things ready to do our parties, following up on people we've talked to or our parties, working on our recruiting, working on networking and adding new customers, and then allowing a little bit of time to grow, just like you're here tonight. How many of you are here tonight because you want to learn something, right? Okay, if you want to learn something, in the comments, say, I'm here to learn. I want you to go ahead and say, I'm here to learn, because that's a commitment on your part, that you're here because you want to learn more. And it's important to put that into your time, because if you don't do that, you're going to become like a stale old potato chip, and you're not going to have any crunch left to you. So when you're green, you're growing. When you're ripe, you're rotten. So we're always wanting to be growing and learning new things. So what I'm going to do is show you one of the things, what a calendar might look. Okay, let's just say I'm willing to spend somewhere between 20 and 40 hours. So I have gone ahead and marked in my calendar. Now, normally I would do this one at a time, but just for the sake of time, I'm going to show you this is what it would look like when I go and mark things in. Now, I did not go through here and mark out when I could, when I had other things. But what I did in this case is I said, when do I have time available? So in my each little block there, and I will share this blank calendar because it's kind of a fun thing to work with. And it represents like early morning, afternoon, early morning, afternoon, and evening. And you can there's 4 blocks. So you can kind of figure, do I have time late in the evening, or do I have time early in the morning that I can play with? And you kind of use those as your markers for what you're doing. It also could mean that if I put parties, say at that bottom one, on that first Thursday, because that's the first Thursday of birthday month, the first day, I definitely want to have a party there. I might block off 2 hours. I could do 2 parties that night if I'm doing a virtual party. And so what I've gone through, and first one that I always try to put in is my parties. When do I want to hold parties? Now, I might not have parties all of these times yet, but I'm working on getting those parties. And I have to go into it like I'm an employer. How many of you have ever worked in management at like a place that people work by the hour? If any of you have ever done that, and you were in charge of the time schedule, okay, you had to sit down and you had to look at all of the people that you have that have to work, that are hired to work, and you have to figure out, okay, well, I got to get 20 hours for each person, and this one can only work during the morning, and this one can only work at night, and you have to figure out how to get everybody into the schedule, right? And so you play around with it, and you block out when people are going to work. Right now, I have made all of you the boss of Me Incorporated. You are the boss of Me Incorporated. And it is up to you to make the time schedule for May for your employee, you, the Tupperware rep. Okay. So you're going to go through and you're going to say, well, this employee needs to hold at least 2 parties every week, 3, maybe 4 or 5. When did we have time that they could hold parties? And looking at the schedule, okay, can't do Wednesday because church is on Wednesday nights, so I can't do one on Wednesday nights. Oh, on Tuesday, Tuesday nights we have ball games, so I might not be able to do one on a Tuesday night. Or maybe I've got 1 or 2 Saturdays a month that I can't do things because we have family things. We've got Mother's Day in there, so maybe nobody wants to work on Mother's Day, right? So we mark on here the times that we want to work. Now, I've also put time every week, in there for follow-up. Follow-up is always what you do to kind of check that what you did the week before and see who do I need to follow up on that I talked to the week before. Well, so we've got our parties in there, and we've got our follow-up on the people that we've talked to. We've got in there some recruiting time, and I like to put recruiting time every week. First thing at the beginning of the week, and first thing on Thursday, and then on Monday, because if I'm holding parties from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, then I've got people I'm going to need to follow up on. And if I'm holding parties Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm going to have people I need to follow up on. So that's why it's always good to have 2 days for doing recruiting to make sure you haven't missed anybody that you're working in. Along that, you've got prep. You need to put a day aside every month that you're going to get everything ready. You're going to stamp your catalogs. You're going to get your brochures. You're going to mail out things you need to mail out. You're going to set up any posts that you need to set up that are timed to go out at a certain time. You're going to write cards and notes if you're going to send those out. That's the time you set aside for that to happen. And then you want to allow that time to grow. So on Mondays, usually we have training. We have our M&Ms every Monday, and we have team trainings on Mondays. So you want to have some time set aside for that as well. And then, of course, networking. And networking could be an activity that you're scheduled to, like a networking group that you go to. But networking is also a way that you schedule time to find new customers. And we're going to talk to you about that tonight too. So everything that you see on this calendar are things that we're going to be kind of sharing with you tonight that can help you grow your business. So I want to know how many of you have ever worked with a calendar like this? Because if you've not, this is going to be a game changer for you. But here's the thing. Once I make this calendar, once I have it on the schedule, and I say, I put parties, this is the times I want to have parties, then the follow-up times is when I have to be working on making sure I filled those times with parties. So you got to have that time set aside to get dates into those times that you've set aside. Once you've done that, so I'm scheduling myself, okay, I've scheduled myself that I need to have 3 parties up for that first week of, actually it'll be 5. I've got 4 parties up for the first week because it's going to start on Thursday. I've got one Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Tuesday. I need to make sure that when Thursday, April the 25th comes, all 5 parties are booked. And now I am Marcia, the Tupperware rep. I'm not Marcia, boss of Me Incorporated anymore. I'm Marcia, employee of Me Incorporated. And it's up to me to show up to work. Because what happens if you work for somebody else and you don't show up for work? You don't get paid, do you? Well, I want you all to get paid, and I want you to get paid a significant income this month. I want you to get one with commas in it this month, and that's exactly what we're looking forward to. So are you ready to be able to get started? So I want you to write these 6 type of topics down. You got to have parties. You've got to have prep time for your parties. You've got to have follow-up time to make sure you're following up on the people and get those parties. You've got to have time set aside for recruiting. You've got to have time set aside for networking, meeting new people, and you've got to have time set aside to help grow your knowledge and your abilities. And that might even be setting a time to talk with your business leader for a coaching session, because all of your business leaders are available to help coach you on things to do. The only thing I say about coaching is that you have to be willing to hear what they say, because if you're not willing to hear what they say, then you're going to be in trouble. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and get started, because we want to talk to you about how you're going to grow your presence, i.e. presence. So I'm going to turn it over to my beautiful friend, Brooke Sally, all the way over there in Mississippi.
Hey y'all, so it's Brooke Sally from Excite Party Sales, and I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about growing your presence, your actual presence, and actually building your customer base. I want to know right now, everybody that's watching, tell me, have you ever felt like you had an empty date book? You've asked everybody that you know to do a party. Have you ever felt that? Because I'll be honest, I've been there. I felt like I've asked people, I've coached people, and they've told me out of their mouth, I've asked everybody I know, which we know that's not true. And so I want to help you think outside of your box, because sometimes we run out of ideas of new contacts and we really need to grow. And I loved what Marcia said about scheduling time to work your business. You don't think about it, because sometimes we just go and do, but those little things like stamping your catalogs. I was asking my team, how many of you guys make a day for that? But I'm here to tell you a few things, and I want to show you how to stand out and gaining new prospects. And you guys can turn the slides. So one thing is, you don't want to just meet people randomly and not leave a lasting impression, right? We all want to make sure when they meet us, you've met like, wow, that was that lady that gave me a citrus peeler. You want to make that impression. And so I utilize making packs. I call them pretty much opportunity packs, but it's pretty much for anybody. It's got a flyer in it, a sell flyer, any short-term offers. The host offers are always in there, the joining offers, and a gift. Okay, something that's going to make them think, oh, this isn't just a book. It could be a citrus peeler. And I'm going to show you some ideas of some things that I've done. So that's what I do. I keep those in my car at all times, because you never know when you're out and about and that you're going to meet somebody. Now, we're going to go to the next slide. I have a fun little thing you guys can do. How many of you guys travel? And I'll have this on a PDF I can share with your business leader. But how many of you guys get in your car and you travel somewhere, whether it's on vacation, whether it's to a doctor's appointment, whether it's just to the grocery store? How many of you guys do that? Drop that in the comments. So I want to challenge you to make these packs up, guys. And you can put your personal little flair to them, okay? But you're going to challenge yourself. And you can't see on this image because it's quite small, but I'll just read it to you. And it's challenging you to find somebody at every truck stop that you stop. So if you're going to the grocery store and there's no truck stop, maybe you have to stop and get gas. You have a pack, say, you know what, I'm going to meet a new person at this gas station, and I'm going to introduce myself as a Tupperware lady and see if they have a Tupperware rep. Okay? Challenge yourself. Now, find somebody at every welcome center. When you're traveling out of state, I don't know about y'all, but we stop at all the welcome centers. My kids think they're fun. So you always see people walking dogs there, families there. It's a great place to network and to give a little back to. Find somebody when you stop and eat. How many of you guys go to a restaurant? Just today, me and the kids, after a dentist appointment, we went to a restaurant that was filled with young families. It's a great place to give them a pack and say, hey, I don't know if you have a Tupperware lady. I would love to be yours. And here's a little goodie if you'd like it. Now, find somebody at your hotel. Maybe you're staying at a hotel, an Airbnb, somewhere where you see other people. That's a great place. Just maybe you're at a truck stop and you're going to say, how many states can I give somebody a pack? Now, are you going to give them a pack and walk off? Absolutely not. It does you no good. So what I say is, can I give you a free gift if you don't have a Tupperware lady? And would you mind joining my VIP group? Or maybe would you mind following me on my business page? So it's a great way. Maybe you have your QR code stamped on there so they can scan and then you give it to them. But also get their contact information as well. And I'm going to show you that in just a little bit. So next screen. So I tell you, one place that I find a really good to find new prospects is at a ballpark, because every ballpark mom needs a water bottle, and most of the kids already have their water bottles. It's a great place because most of the ballpark moms, they need stuff to store Tupperware in. It's a great place to book parties and find recruits. So all these ideas are really to help you not only just fill your date book with new customers and build that VIP group to grow your customer base, but also it gives you recruit leads as well. Because sometimes we feel like we've asked everybody, we know we haven't, but this just gives us new people. And so I had fun with this. I found these cute little stars, red, white, and blue bags at Hobby Lobby. They were super inexpensive. It was like $30 for $2. I like them because they have a little hammer, a little hanger on the top. And all I put in them was, like I said, what I told you before. And I went and got Baby Ruths because that's kind of a baseball thing. And I put a citrus peeler in there, and it's cute because, and you're probably thinking, well, why are you putting this cute stuff in there? I want to make an impression. I want them to think, well, that lady put a little time and effort into giving me this. Okay. So that's one idea and one great place that you can meet those new prospects. All right. Next slide. Another one is water parks. Maybe it's the splash pad. Maybe it's the pool, the country club. this says right here on the top, Tupperware is making a splash. And y'all, I literally just got Avery labels and I printed them off. And it has the Tupperware rep's name and the number to call or text and order. And I always put on these free gift with first order. And I put text because, guys, there's a lot of people that like to talk on the actual phone, but there's a lot of people that do not. So if it's less intimidating for them to get an order to me or a contact, I'm going to put that on there. But same concept. And they have at the dollar store, if you want to do something super cute, you can go get little gummy sharks and it's like 6 for $1. You can stick those in there because it's just cute, right? But that's also a great place to meet new prospects. All right, next one is, I thought this was really cute. So donut, lose touch. And you can put little white donuts. It would not fit in my cute little bags that I got at the Hobby Lobby that I really like. But what I didn't show you in this image is if you flipped it around, I actually had my lead slip form in the back. And you're probably thinking, well, why are you giving her a lead slip form? Well, I'm not. I have it in there. So when I give it, I'll say, would you like a free gift? I have a free citrus pillar. But in return, I would like your contact information. And I can mail you a catalog maybe later. Have that open-ended question so you can get that contact that you can have. And guys, if you use Reach, it's a great way to blast your customers as well. So I thought that was so cute. And I just found donut sticks because that was the only thing that fit in my bag. But it was just a cute way. And I know y'all are thinking, that's so silly. No, it's not, guys. It's that extra personal touch. All right, next slide. All right, another way, birthday bags. Y'all, they have these 2 for $1 at Dollar Tree. Inexpensive because I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys how to blow money. I want to show you how to make money. So literally the same context, but since it's birthday month, I keep these in my same thing. I did put a catalog in here just because it was a little bit bigger of a bag, but same concept. And it's just a fun way to get your name out. And you also can go drop these by a doctor's office. Maybe you have this and some orders and they can text you an order and they could turn into a host. We forget about, those contacts there. All right, next one is the recruiting fund. So this one says, and I just use the door hangers from Tupperware with these, and I put little crunch bars in it, and it just says, in a financial crunch, Tupperware is hiring. Same thing, same contact information, text me or call me, and then free gift with first order. So that was a fun little thing that I can, when I see somebody I think would be great, I'm going to give it to them. Now, it still has the same stuff in it. It still has the host offer because that person that I want to recruit, if I can't recruit them, I want to date them, or vice versa. So I put that in there. And another thing is, while we're making these new contacts, get yourself out. Make these little cute bags up. Y'all, I literally used just a little basket from Walmart and stuffed a bunch of Tupperware in it and some flyers and some goodies. And, go out and meet new contacts at your doctor's office, maybe your daycare, maybe the dentist. And, ask them have they seen or heard from Tupperware, and could you drop off a little basket of goodies for them if they would like to collect some orders. But, the thing is, when you're doing this, don't just drop it off and don't follow up, because the fortune is always in the follow-up. The same way, don't give a packet without getting some return. Let them go into your VIP group. Let them friend you on Facebook. Let them fill out a lead slip. Because the thing is, it's all in the follow-up. If you follow up with these people, that might be your next $1,200 party. That might be your next rock star recruit. So just remember this, and this is going to help you with these practices going into birthday month. So I hope this helped, guys. Some of my crazy ideas that I'm doing this month, and I hope you guys have the biggest paycheck ever this month.
That was so amazing, Brooke. Thank you so, so very much. And now I have another friend that's going to come and share with you because she loves to party. She parties all the time. So I'm going to bring her on, Miss Carla Pratt from the Bayou of Louisiana.
Hello, everyone. So Brooke gave you some great ideas, right? Let's give it up for Brooke. She is like amazing. She always is thinking out of the box, and she always challenges you once you listen to her. How can you go out of the box? So now, I don't know if y'all noticed, but my bag said make a wish, because when you're blowing out your candle for the birthday, you make a wish. And guys, I'm just going to tell you, May is the month for you to wish for one of your biggest paychecks ever. So I know we have people that when they hear the word party, they cringe. I don't want to party, whatever. So if you don't want to party, close your ears. You can social sell, you can do what you want. But right now I want to talk to you about the party, because the party is where it's at, guys. That is where you're going to make your most money. You're going to meet your most of your contacts. That is where you're going to find your next host and your next recruits. So, but then guys, some people hear the word party and they get scared off. They don't want to have to invite 100 people, 50 people. They don't want to clean their house. We've heard all the excuses, right? So I'm sure you're all shaking your head, Jess, because the excuses are always there. So I want you to kind of think about, when you're talking about the party, that you don't use the P word so much. Try to use something like an event, a gathering, or a fun, or an activity. And one of the things we're going to talk about, well, I'm going to talk about with you, because we have a bunch more people that's going to come and they're going to share as well. I'm going to talk to you about the different types of parties and the money, okay? Because the money is where that's what we're in this business for. So I'm going to start off by saying mystery host. If you can do a mystery host any kind of way you want, and I'm going to share with you a ton of ways to party, but you can mystery host any kind of way. And for a mystery host, you don't need, if you have no parties in your date book, that should be the next party you're doing. And you can start that mystery host tomorrow. And the sooner you get it started, the more likely you're going to have parties going into the end of April and into birthday month, which is what we want. It's 5 weeks. All right. So again, the party is the moneymaker. All right. Try something new, but guys, try it now. So start, if you've never done, like I'm going to share with you in a little bit, a bunch of different party types. If you have never done a certain party type, write down that party tonight and give it a try starting tomorrow, because you can mystery host it any kind of way. So you don't need a host, and you need to get some practice in before the party comes, or before birthday month comes. You want to be a pro. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the home demonstration. Guys, it's been around for 70 plus years. It is still good. It is still available. Not as many people are asking for it, but don't stop asking for the in-home party. All right. Next, guys, that in-home party or a virtual party, you can do a cooking demonstration. But remember, I said we don't want to say, oh, you want to do a cooking party? Try using a taste of Tupperware. You can use any of your products that you can make something with. It could be your choppers to make salsas. You don't even have to have a microwave. Or you could use your grills if you want to use the microwave, whatever you want. I'm going to share with you at the very end my absolute favorite, and that is what I'm going to share what's in my gift bag. All right. Next, guys, so the taste of Tupperware can be virtual or it can be in-home. Next is the Facebook party. You can do it in a group. You can do it in an event. You can do it in one day. You can do it in multiple days. Pick what works for you. If you usually do all of your Facebook parties in a group over 5 days, I challenge you, start a mystery host tomorrow, do it in an event, and do it for 2 days or 3 days, because you want to try stuff new. You want to try some of this, and you want to be able to kind of know what you're doing when birthday month comes around. Next is the express or the messenger party. Those you can do a 30-minute party, a 24-hour party, or you can make it go over, how many ever days you choose. Again, consider, if you've never done a messenger party, you've never done an express party, consider doing one tomorrow. All right. Or if, tomorrow, I'm using tomorrow, guys, but if you want to do Thursday or Friday, that's fine as well. Yes, make sure you have a piece of paper. If you ink it, you think it. Next is text and link parties. Those kind of go hand in hand. You can just throw out a whole bunch of links out there. Sometimes they stick to the wall. Sometimes they just go unnoticed. So, but you got to find what works for you. I have a team member in my company that does many link parties. And guys, she's very successful when she does, multiple link parties. Next is the Zoom party. You can do a 30-minute Zoom for free, guys. You don't even have to have a paid for Zoom account. Did you know that? Did you know, as long as you keep it under 30 minutes, so you get them in there, you do your little demonstration, you play a little game, throw out your booking thing, your booking event, booking opportunity, your recruiting opportunity, you can get it all done in 30 minutes, guys, or under. Now, one thing that I always tell my team members is catalog or book parties. Back in the day, catalog parties was a great big thing. And I don't find people do them enough now. A lot of people still work in offices, and if they're busy, they will put the catalogs or the books out in their break rooms or whatever, and people just write down their orders. They can send them over to you by text or whatever. You can text the person, get their information, so you can send the link and they can pay. I like to recommend one catalog party every single week. And I'm going to tell you, back when I first started doing Tupperware, my husband worked 35 and 35. So his 35 days in, I did not do any home parties. This was way before Facebook parties was out. I did a little social selling on Facebook, but my biggest thing was the party. And so I did my whole business on 35 days of catalog parties, 35 days of home parties. Okay. And when I tell you I was a director and a store director working my business 35 days, and it didn't matter what time of the year it was. When he was home, I wasn't leaving to go do a party. So I could leave for 20 minutes, 30 minutes and go close out a party, or we would do it on our way out to somewhere. So I really want you to consider that catalog party every single week. Have at least one open. Next is theme parties, guys. You have occasions like Mother's Day that's coming up. You have, look, Tupperware has birthday month. Why can't you find your friends that have a birthday coming up and do a birthday party for them? Theme up those parties. It's fun. It's exciting. Holidays, 4th of July. I do a Black Friday party every single year. I started on Thanksgiving Thursday at 8 o'clock at night, and it runs through Cyber Monday night at 10:59 because that's what time the month closes. Guys, I do it every single year. It is fun. It is exciting. And it's themed to those activities that whatever the holiday is. National days. Oh my goodness, there's a national day for everything, and every day they have probably 5 or 6 national days. Have you ever thought about Tupper tips? I see it all the time. What will get the smell out of this? What will take a stain off of this? Consider a Tupper tips party. Guys, these kind of parties can be, these theme parties, they can be virtual, they can be in person. There are just tons and tons and tons. All right. Last chance, first glance. We have a new catalog getting ready to start. It's going to start on the first day of birthday month. But we have a catalog ending and we have a sale brochure ending. Start a party that's going to carry from one catalog to the next catalog. Last chance, first glance. Party in a bag, party in a bowl. We all had these cute little bags. When somebody is walking with a bag like this, guys, I promise you, when you walk in to an office, when you walk into a ballpark or whatever, what you got in your bag, because everybody wants to know. All right. So that bag or a party in a bowl, people's going to ask questions and boom, it's going to bring them in. Now, my all-time favorite party to do, and it's not even called a party, I call it a DIY class. And we just actually did some of this for our Spring Fest. I'm going to share with you. I'm taking out of my bag. I have a snack cup and I have a spice shaker. So you can do a DIY class make it a party. And we did makeup remover. And if you are in my company, I want to know if you tried that makeup remover, because I'm going to tell you the recipe for the makeup remover is super, super easy. Everybody got to make it. If you do this in person, you do need to have some little snack cups available and ahead of yourself. But guys, snack cups are not that expensive and they come with Tupper minis. So if you do a DIY salad dressing making class, then you can use the Tupper minis for that. So invest a little bit. This is a small investment, but oh my God, it was so much fun. It works so well. And I am so telling you how great this could be. Now, I think Marcia has a slide. Am I supposed to tell them about the slide with how many parties you hold a week and how much money? Look, there it is, guys. All right. Don't leave any money on the table. Marcia, did you want to come on and talk about this? Or am I supposed
we can talk about it together because, guys, with, if you do the calendar, like I said to do, and find the times that you can hold a party, and then you take the ideas that Carla just shared you with all the different kinds of parties, because parties don't mean you have to leave your house. They could be, while you're there at home, you could give out a catalog. You could, and that's where that follow-up piece comes out. If you dropped off a party in a bag at an office, if you gave somebody a catalog, you'd use your follow-up times to pick those up. But if you just think about this, if you were to hold one party, just one party each week, and sold $500, which is kind of the average party, you would make profit of $625 for the month. That's just doing one party a week. And you would have qualified for the $150 volume bonus. So that's a huge, huge way for you to add some extra cash to your pocket that way, right? So that's $775 just because you held one party a week. Now, guys, that doesn't take a lot of time. But if you held 2 a week, well, gosh, you could be able to make $1,250 in commissions and a $500 personal volume bonus. And if you take that just to 3, because like I said, all I'm asking you to do is for 1 month. 1 month, can you find 3 times a week to do a party of $500? You would make $1,875 commission and get a $750 volume bonus. Whoever can do math faster than I can.
Vacation. Can you say vacation?
Vacation is right. That's like $2,625, guys, for your part-time job, 3 parties a week. Now just think about that. What would you do with that $2,625? Like Carla said, vacation, could be a summer camp for the kids, could be for someone going off to college to help them get all this stuff that they've got to have. And if you don't think you can hold $500 parties, even if you were to do a party, just hit that 350 mark with a party. If you did 3 things a week that each sold $350, at the end of the month, you would have made over $1,800, $1,800. Guys, think about that. How exciting is that? And like Carla said, there's so many ways to party. You don't have to call it a party, but think of every one of them as a present you give yourself.
Okay, so right? If they did 1 catalog party a week, they don't have to leave their house for that. They could do right? 1 Facebook party. And then they could do a 24-hour messenger party each week. They could do that, and they would have that $1,300 if those parties only went $350, right? That's what.
Right. And if they learn how to coach their hostesses really well, they probably could take that to the next level, right? And
yes.
And and so there's just, guys, there's so many different ones. And over the course of the next week, you're going to be hearing some more ideas. We're going to be coming to you and sharing some other things with you. But I hope that you wrote down some of those ideas. And in the comments right now, go ahead and comment which of the ideas that Carla just shared with you are you excited about trying. Maybe it's something you've never done yourself before and you want to give it a try. Maybe it's something that you've done in the past, but you haven't done it in a while. Go ahead and make that commitment, make those comments, tell us what you're going to do. And then if you're really brave, go ahead and write, what kind of paycheck are you going to write for yourself for this month? What kind of paycheck do you want to have when we get to the end of May? So let's give Carla a big round of applause here, guys. That was so good. I've got so many notes over here myself as well. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about something else right now, which is, there we go. Oops, wrong one. Hang on. There we go. Okay, stacking the host. Now, what in the heck do I mean by stacking the host? Well, we're going to show you how to stack a host. I could say something, but this girl can stack it better than anybody I know. So I'm going to bring her on. Hey, Miss April. Let's give
Hello,
Alabama a big round of.
Hello, everybody. Anybody who knows me knows that my favorite thing in the world is to gift. My love language is gift giving. So this business has allowed me to live out my love language out loud, proud, and just do so much more than I ever could have done. So when we talk about stacking the host, like, what does that mean? Okay, well, if you were at an in-person party, then that would mean you take all of the gifts that we can get for the month, right? And you have your samples and you take them and you say, when your host does $200, they're going to get this. And when they do $350, they're going to get this. And when they do $500, they're going to get this. And you stack all these gifts in their lap and they're just like falling off everywhere. And everybody in the room, I want to do that. I want all that stuff. I want all that stuff. Well, I'm here to tell you can do this virtually as well. So the first thing, I'm going to show you something that's in my bag. So the first thing that I do is I always have a gift for the person from me, nothing to do with Tupperware, when they host their party. So if I know that we're having a salsa and margarita party or something, whatever we're having, then I'm going to have a gift for them that's going to go along with it. So in here, I have, this says, let's talk about a party. And it has the guacamole recipe right there. And I saved it, but I don't know where it went. I think it fell on the floor. Oh, here it is. I got this. I'm going to show you. I got this at Big Lots. It was $2.99. I actually got it when it was 20% off. But it normally costs me $1 or $2. This is super, right? That's a super cute gift. So we're going to talk about stacking your host with presents and increasing your presents. Okay, so let's look at what Tupperware has for us to give away besides where I start with mine. So building excitement for your host to earn each level. And I'm going to tell you something. Your hosts are intimidated immediately. They are super self-confident that nobody will purchase. They don't know if they're going to be a success or a failure, and they don't want to fail you. So you want to build excitement with your level, and you really, really want to let them know that they're going to start earning gifts before they ever have the first sale. So that sort of takes a little bit of the pressure off of them, okay? And then when they earn one level at a time, that's going to build confidence. So by you helping them focus on certain sets to sell to get there, right? So let's talk about our host program right now. So they're going to get the, it's the cut and serve. They're going to get the cut and serve just for saying yes. And they're going to get a thank you gift at $200. They're going to get, unbelievable to me, they're getting the decorator canister set at $350. That's crazy good. And then they can get the picnic set, or they can get the stack cooker set at $500. We have the Ultra Pro bonus at $750. I know you're already like, your mouth's falling open. And then at $1,000, it's going to double. So let's talk about stacking your host with presents and helping them get to each level. And how do you? So our hosts are our most important parts of our business. You know, Marsha talked about we work for ourselves and we're the boss of ourselves. And then when we go to our party, we become the employee of us. So I'm going to tell you something. There's several ways to sell, and all of you are going to sell on Facebook and to your friends and family, incremental sales. But the best way to make the most money is to have a host, because when you have a host, that host is working for you. That host sort of becomes an employee of you. She doesn't know it. He doesn't know it, but they are helping you to earn that paycheck. So would you rather sell $25 tonight to somebody on Facebook, $25 tomorrow at your group? Like you have a book club, you sell $25 tomorrow there. And then tomorrow night I have a small group at church. So I have a $50 order. So I'm up to $100, right? And then I don't sell anything else on Facebook for 3 or 4 more days. So that's incremental sales. That's what we add to our sales. But you can do that at $100 or $200 a week. Maybe you have a great week. But a host, Sorry, y'all had a dry mouth. But a host is going to be the ticket to helping. So here we go. When you have a host, you start with them and you say, we are going to work to get you all of these things for free. And you want to give them this checklist. You can send it to them digitally. You can give it to them wrapped in a pretty gift box. You can give it to them in a party in a bag. However you want to get it to them. Okay, so let's go to our next slide and they're going to get the cut and serve just for dating the party. So then when they reach $200, they're going to get their. So which gift would they choose? So how do you get them to that $200? Well, let's just talk about one way that's super simple and easy. The $20 mini party set that's going to be available in May. Now, I'm going to tell you, these are going to sell like crazy. They're probably going to sell out because they always sell like crazy and it's an incredible price. But we are front loading our May and we're doing these parties the 1st of May. So we're not worried about May, right? You're going to sell 10 of these mini party sets. Level 1, done, right? Sets. And so when whether you're doing it virtually or in person, especially if you're doing it virtually, you say, okay, this is what we're going to do. Today, we're going to post about these mini party sets. We're going to sell these. There's your level 200. Okay, we're done. Only $150 to the next level. Then your $150 to the next level. Okay, there's your decorator canister set. So what are you going to do to get that other $150? Because remember, what you're doing is you are building confidence in your host. We were not born to be self-conscious. We were born with confidence and not knowing that we couldn't fail. But life takes us and makes us think, oh, maybe we can't do this. Maybe we can't do that. Maybe I'm not going to be good enough. Maybe my sales aren't going to be good enough. I don't want to date a party with my Tupperware consultant and then my party only be $25 and I'm going to be embarrassed. So you're going to help build confidence and that's going to make you your host's favorite person. So we're looking for $150, right? So we're going to concentrate on the ice cream sets. So let's say we're going to sell 3 of our ice cream containers with the scoop, or we're going to sell 4 of our junior cereal bowls with the ice cream scoop. Whichever the ice cream set looks best to you, you're going to choose or they're going to choose. And so when they sell 3 or 4 of these, they're at the next 150. That wasn't hard. That was not hard. So now it's just $150 to their next level. By now, they are super, super excited. They've earned a gift from you. They've earned the cut and serve. They've earned a thank you gift. They've earned their decorator canisters. They're 4 gifts in, presents, all about the presents. Now it's $150 to the next level. So what is at the next level? We're at $350. Oh gosh, we all know the $500 is our next level. And that's when we start earning 15% of all of our party sales. And that's going to make them have $75 in host credits. Now you see on these slides that I have like the thermometer with a little goal, and you just want to help them just color that in a little bit at a time. You don't want to go in and say, I'm so excited you're going to have a $1,000 party and you're going to get $400 free. Guess what? They're going to be freaked out. They're going to know that they cannot provide you with a $1,000 party. They are busy. Their kids are in dance. They've got ball. Their mom's in the hospital. I can't do what he or she is asking me to do. And they're going to shut down and you're not going to get that party. So it is all about stacking them, but you start so get this gift when you say yes to a party. You're going to get this gift when you hit the $200 level. And I'm going to help you and hold your hand all along to help you get those different gifts. So guess what? No matter what level they get to, they were not a failure. You have built confidence in them and they are going to love you forever because you gave them that confidence. Okay, so we're at the $500 level. They're going to get it how? They need $150, remember? So we're going to sell 3 Grill Master sets. Now, y'all, this is just something that I master set. You know, you've got your hamburger press, you've got your junior marinade, and you've got your Piccadillys, because we keep, you know, all the things, our olives, our mushrooms, our banana peppers, all the things in our Piccadillys. And so that's going to be all the things that they're going to need to marinate and make that yummy, wonderful food. So, or we're going to sell 5 marinade sets, which is a junior season serve and the quick shake. And when they get there, all right, look, that was super easy. How easy was that? So you're at a $500 party. To your hostess, oh my goodness, I'm so excited. You have earned your cut and serve. You have earned a thank you gift. You have earned your decorator canisters. You're going to get to choose between the picnic basket and the stack cooker set. And now it's only $250 to your next level. So how are you going to get them there? How are you going to get them there? So next slide. So when you go to your next level, what is going to take to get you there? Okay, it's the Ultra Pro set. The Ultra Pro, they get that with a $25 copay. And this is exclusive. It's something we all want as consultants, and your hosts are going to be able to earn it. But what are we going to do to help them get to that other $250 that they're looking for? Well, we're going to talk to them about the Keep Tabs set. Our Keep Tabs that are in our May sales flyer, they are on sale for, I don't know, 30 something for one set, but we can get 3 sets for $80. So we're going to coach our host, and we're going to say, okay, this is what we're going to do. Today, we're going to talk about Keep Tabs, and we're going to show all the things that can be stored in them. We're going to show all the things that they're great for. You know what's so great about Keep Tabs that everybody loves? I have so many customers that tell me this. They say, April, my refrigerator is square and all the containers are round. I love my refrigerator. So we're going to talk about all these things in their party, and we're going to help them. They only need to sell 3 sets of Keep Tabs. $150 level. And that is a super great set to break up into sets. So they're there, right? So they're only $250 from the next level. What's the next level? It's $1,000, and it's double host credits. So what are some more things that you can do to help them get that additional $250? Well, one of the greatest things we have going on in birthday month is our surprise packs. And with any $60 purchase, they can buy all 3 packs. They can buy on the go, they can buy a serving, and they can buy a storage. So you want to encourage your customers to shop together to qualify. So what does that mean? You encourage them to shop together. So let's just go back to when you were working on the first $200 of their party, because we're just like making it simple. This is Tupperware parties for dummies. We talked about this today and laughed about it. So we're back, and we're just working on getting that first $200. And we're saying, okay, today we're going to sell 10 mini party sets. But when a customer buys this set, we want to show them the surprise packs and say, oh, we're so excited. Tupperware is offering our surprise pack. And okay, I was looking to make sure that I was telling you right. So Tupperware is offering a surprise pack, and you can get they're offering it on the go, a serving, and a storage. And when you have a $60 order, you can get one or all of these for half price. And they're going to say, oh, well, I just don't really, I can't really afford it, right? I can't really afford it. And you say, oh, that's no problem. You go and you share, tell some of your friends that the mini party set is just $20. It is less than half price. It's a $42 value. So you go and you tell your sister and your friend and whoever. And when you have a $60 order, all three of you can qualify. When three of you purchase, then that's a $60 order. You qualify for three surprise packs, and all three of you qualify for one. So what did that do? You just changed a $20 order for your host to a $150 order. So you want to work smarter, and you want to work in sets, and you want to encourage them to share their shipping. You do not want a customer to ever, if you can avoid it, pay $10 shipping on a $20 item. So encourage them always. If they order a salt and pepper set, or if they order a mini party set, you want to always encourage them to say, I'm so, thank you so much for your order. I'm so excited. Just wanted to let you know that we can cut down on your shipping when you share your purchase with your friends. So do you think your friends would like to have a mini party set or a salt and pepper shaker set? Because we can ship them all to you, and then we can divide the shipping. So just make sure that you are teaching them ways that they can save money. Because I'm going to tell you something, when you take care of your host and when you take care of your customers, they will be loyal to you forever. I don't care if Tupperware is on the shelf at the Family Dollar for $2. It's not. Don't freak out. It's not. And they're going to shop with you because you took care of them and you helped them to get more. And you know, another thing, that party with, that had no confidence whatsoever that they could hit that $1,000 or that $750, they're going to always remember that feeling that you gave them when you helped them be successful in their party. So let's get us some hosts, and let's stack them up with the freebies in May, and let's build some loyalty to some people who are going to come back and be loyal to us forever because of how we made them feel and how we treated them.
Oh my gosh, I am just like blown away. I've never seen like the idea of stacking like that by the levels and giving them, here's what you need to do. Here's a way that you can do that. I think that is brilliant. And I hope every one of you are writing all these things down, and you're going to do this with your host, because it's so true. Giving them things bite by bite, like you said, April, it makes it so doable. And it is true. It builds their confidence, and they're going, oh my gosh. And, and then of course you're going to have them, when they finish the whole thing, you've got to go live and they got to show everything they got for free, especially if they're one of the first hosts in the month, and they get the order fast, because then all their friends are going to see all that they got, and then they can hook you up with my consultant who got me all that stuff. So that is fabulous. Thank you so much, April. Everybody tell April what they learned, what you learned, and what you loved, right? All right, and now I'm going to bring on another one of my amazing friends, Kim D. Mercurio, and she's going to talk to you a little bit about that whole coaching process and some tips and ideas on how you can maximize what you're going to get from your host as well. So
Thank you. Hey, everybody. I'm Kim with the Galaxy. Oh my gosh. April just blew me away. I hope you took a ton of notes, because, stacking the host, that is just going to increase your party sales, which increases your paychecks, which all of you that know me know I am all about the paycheck, guys. I'm all about shooting for the moon, because you know what? You're going to land on the stars anyway. And with everything that May has to offer, your May could be absolutely huge. So think about those goals and double it. Don't be afraid of those big goals. Your goals should let the hair on the back of your neck stand up. They should be big, hairy, audacious goals, that BHAG goals, because May is the month for you to do it. So let's get into it. Let's talk about host coaching. I got my bag of tricks right here. And whenever you're coaching your host, you want to give them information, because like April had said, they're nervous. They're afraid. They don't want to fail. And you know what? We don't want to fail either. So I have some tips and tricks that I've done. If you're doing that home party, pass out mail invitations, pass them out. Make sure that you're telling your hostess exactly what to do. Get these out, get these RSVPs. I used to play a little game with my hostesses and put little stars on the invitations because, guys, we still like snail mail, right? We still want to get something in the mail. It's fun to go to the mailbox and see something with your name on it. Don't let that get away from you. And in May, be extra. Be totally extra. Create some cute little envelope. Can't see. Put happy birthday on it. Oh, turn it around. Put a happy birthday sticker. Get a rubber stamp for it. Thanks. Put their name on there. Put some balloons on it. Really get creative. May is a big month for you to do that. And you can totally get away with doing all of that stuff. Make it fun. Make it about your host because you're the one that's going to win in the end. It's going to be your paycheck. And, it's okay to focus on your paycheck. Be okay with that. So put on that envelope, put the invitations in there, get them send them out for her or him. Just do it big, do it extra, and then have her follow up. Make sure she follows up with all her guests that she's inviting to the party, whether that's a home party or a virtual party, whether that's a home experience, whether it's a DIY class. We've done DIY classes with the charcuterie boards. We've done some sourdough bread making classes. People love that experience. They want value. Bingos, do bingos. Oh my gosh, you could do bingos 2 times a week if you want to. Bring gifts that they can do bingo on. Have them bring orders. They get an extra card. That extra card doesn't cost you anything for a $50 order. Those stack up. Do everything in those bite-sized pieces that April was talking about with your hosts. Keep it fun. Keep it in front of them all the time. Keep communicating with your hostess. Let her know where she's at and what she's doing. So back to explaining, like with my directions. Yes. In her make sure she's got catalogs and brochures. We always talk about the gifts, right? So in her little flyer, you're going to send her an instruction. And guys, that's a lot of print, right? Is she going to read it all? Those really like type A personalities, they will. And I'm not a type personality. I scan through it. That's why I changed the colors on it. Just so, some of it I'll catch with my personality, but it's there. The information is there. And when you call her or text her or message her, you can refer back to those tidbits of information, but put in a couple catalogs, put in a couple sales flyers. If you don't order the sales flyers, print them off and include them in there. And then what you heard from Brooke, include a little gift. Where's my little gift? I have a little gift in here even. So what I had ordered these. Where did it go? Hold on, let me find it. There it is. Super easy. Doesn't cost hardly anything to send, but it's a glass cleaner that has my information on it because I want to be extra in May. My glass cleaner has all my information on it. And how many of us need our glasses cleaned all the time, right? Something little flat says, I love what I do on it. You can get these anywhere. You can do something different. You can put like a business card with a calendar on it, a thank you note, a follow-up. You want to be following up with your hostesses all the time. Keep her in the loop. Let her know like what you've seen. Let her know what May is all about because May is huge. May is huge for you, but May is also huge for our hostesses and huge for our customers too. So, and you can do this from a virtual perspective as well. Guys, keep your virtual one. It's pretty much the same information, right? You're going to add a little tip on there. Make sure that she tells you, how many people she's inviting and let her know she needs to comment because the people that she's inviting to that virtual party, that virtual experience, they don't know you from Adam, but they trust her. So when she comments and she talks about a product, they're going to listen to your tips and tricks and make sure that you're being consistent with what you're doing in all of your groups. I always put on there, allow 9 to 12 days after your party closes for delivery. Sometimes it's faster. Guys, we all know sometimes it's not, but don't say that. Keep it all positive. And then I always want to put on there, what pages this information that they can find. Think about trying Tupperware because talking doesn't take a lot of work. So always kind of add a little bit recruiting bit in there because they know that you're going to hit on it. And that way they're kind of prepared for it, but you've let them know in advance what you're going to be doing with it. And then of course, like I said, when I coach, I coached to that $1,000 party, and April showed you how to put it off in little bite-sized increments. So let her know these different things that she can earn at her party sales, so that she helps you build that excitement. What does she want? Make sure you get a wish list from your host. That is so important. I love these flyers that we have available to us, especially the host half off choices. How many of you have had your hostesses ask you, "Oh gosh, what's like the most favorite thing for a half off?" Well, guys, give them the information. Here is a list of items you can choose for half off, because because they want to know and they want your experience. Have you ever been to a restaurant and you don't know what to order on the menu, or you're choosing between one or two things, and it doesn't matter the price, right? But you want something that tastes good. And when you ask your server, "Hey, have you had the chicken Milano or the chicken fajitas? Which one did you like?" And they actually tell you, do you get excited about that? I don't know about you guys, but that excites me, because I feel like I got like an insider trading tip right there. And they were telling me, this is really good, but this is better. So that is so cool. Tell them what you want. Like I would say, "Oh my gosh, I love the fruit smarts because this, I have a pressure cooker." Tell them what you really, really love. So that way they know, and you're being real with them, and people really like that, guys. They really, really do. So create that with them, create those host choices. I'm trying not to like tell you everything that April said, because I don't want to take up more of your time. I love the host checklist, because this way you can check off with your hostess everything that she has earned up to that point. Also, you have a list of what she wants for free, where she wants to get her half price items, who's booking parties. Make sure that she's sharing those links. And guys, when you're sharing your links, I don't know if some of you use boards. All that stuff is so easy in the boards apps, because you can just copy and paste it wherever you need to go within your Facebook groups. When you're doing your home parties or your home experiences, make sure you have notes on what it's all about with that hostess. And then I had some notes. Remember how Brooke said, be extra? Guys, be extra. Go the extra mile for your hostesses for May. Always go the extra mile, but really make May that push month for you. Make it huge, because we have everything available to us. I love that Tupperware has everything available to us for us to make things huge. Guys, if you want your life to be amazing, change your mindset, because we truly have everything available to us right now to make our whole world explode. And May is your month to explode. And I want every single one of you to explode in May. As a matter of fact, in the comments, I want you to commit to exploding in May. So just type in there, "Yes, I'm going to explode." I want to see it. Show your business leaders that you want your May to just be explosive. And I love how Carla shared on her mystery host party, practice now. Guys, practice now. Practice exploding now, and have fun. Everything is about you having fun. And then make sure that you're following up. Have you ever heard the term, the fortune is in the follow up? Guys, it truly is. All those customers that you're going to meet, all those new guests, and all those experiences and parties that you're going to have, make sure you follow up with every single one of them. We have a gal in our company, and her truly, if you Googled fortune is in the follow up, you would probably see her face. If you looked it up in Wikipedia, you would see her face again, because she follows up with everyone and her sales show it. Follow up with everyone, because that's what it's all about. It's keeping tabs on people and what they want. It's knowing what they're looking for. It's paying attention to what we have, what Tupperware has to offer, what their sales are. It's knowing your product. And even if you don't know your product 100%, get educated. Your time is to get educated now, so that you have an idea of what you can offer for May. We have all these flyers. We have all these forms. Look them over. Make sure that you know what's coming up. We'll have weekly sales, because we always do. We have our samples, because we always do. Make sure you know that stuff that's coming up, that's coming forward, so that you can be aware and be present with your customers and with your hosts, so that they know what to expect. that expectation is what makes them nervous, not knowing. And when you know, isn't it so much nicer because then you can tell them? So, yes, Melissa wants to explode. I love it. So, guys, make sure you're making your May huge. You're going to finish April strong. Everybody nod, say yes, because your business leaders want you to finish April strong. But get ready for May because May is the party palooza. May is all about you and making it huge. So, Marcia, I think I went through everything. Yes, tying up with a bow.
Oh, let me pull back this up here. There we go. All right, yes. And I'm going to bring all my friends back on because, guys, we're going to wrap up birthday month with a great big bow here. I've got everybody on there as we finish up tonight because, I hope that you have all learned something exciting and fun and wonderful tonight. But, as Kim said, the fortune is in the follow-up. And the follow-up for you is to take what you've learned tonight and put it into practice. So one of the things we're going to ask you to do in just a minute is we're going to ask you to make a commitment. But before we do that, we're going to each tell you one of the ideas that we liked tonight. We want in the comments, we want you guys to tell us something that you liked tonight as well. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm not going to start. I'm going to finish. So, Brooke, I'm going to let you go first.
I tell you, something that stuck out to me is something that Kim said, and like it's in my brain. She was saying, how you are at a restaurant and you get those recommendations. I mean, it just like, that's what we need to be doing with our Tupperware. So I love that, Kim. Thank you so much for sharing that.
My pleasure.
All right, April.
My pleasure.
I love that Carla reminded me about the mystery host. That's something like I work really, really hard on having hosts every month, but I used to do mystery host parties all the time, and I haven't done one in a while. So I really love that because we're really good on getting those incremental sales. But when we can bless somebody in our VIP group by them getting to be the host, that creates excitement in our VIP group, which drives people to you and to check and see what's going on. So thank you, Carla, for reminding me that I need to always have a mystery host party going.
Love it. Love it. What about you, Carla?
So I love the idea Brooke had with the bags. That is just like, and okay, y'all. So those that don't know me, I stop at public gas stations and I go to the restroom and wash my hands and I mean, like I will go to 3 different gas stations when I drive to New Orleans, and it's only 2 hours and 15 minutes because I just want to put a Tupperware book in the bathrooms. So when you said about the bags, it was like, ta-da, that's what I need to be doing. I need to be handing those bags out. So thank you, Brooke.
All right, Kim.
Well, so, I mean, you guys, I wrote so many notes, I just couldn't keep up. I loved going because I never think about when I'm at like a ball game or the tailgating again. So the tailgating and the messenger party and being extra, like those are those 3 things that I'm going to really hit hard on because it's huge. It's just huge. And I want my May to be huge.
I agree with all of that. And, and I could pick something from every one of you that I really loved. And I think that really like April was sharing about how, and it kind of goes along with what Kim did with the coaching and things, is that we have to show people how easy it is to be a Tupperware host. And we have to, and by the same token, if we can show our host how easy it is, then we show them how easy it is to do our business. And that's going to lead into the recruiting piece of it as well. And taking on Brooke's idea about the things today, Charlie and I were out shopping, and we spent a long time at a car dealership today because Charlie's got a new truck today. And while we were there, I was noticing there was, women around. There was some women that worked there, and there was a family sitting next to us, and all this. And so I looked at my bag and I said, "Oh, I've got some really pretty envelopes that I had stuffed with mailers that I was going to mail." So I took my card. I didn't have a lot of the extra stuff to put in it because I said, now I know I got to be prepared. But I took them and I went up to each one and I said, "Hey, are you familiar with Tupperware?" And I went around to the people that work there. And then I noticed this woman that was sitting there, like she and her husband were, buying a car too. And she was watching me, and I said, I don't want you to feel left out. Can I give you one too? And she was like, oh, I was hoping you were going to give me one. And it just shows that people want to know about our Tupperware products. And we've got to get out there. We've got to be visible. I know Corinne calls it guerrilla marketing. It's just get out there and see the people. And guys, this is what you got to do. And you can't wait to start. You need to start tomorrow. You need to get your plan together, and you need to, like Carla said, make this your practice. Once you get those you've got your schedule done. Once you get them filled up, you're going to start party planning them and helping coach them so that they get there. And then every day you're going to go out and you're going to meet somebody new. You're going to make a new customer. Because guys, we want you to have this kind of paycheck. We want you to have one of these paychecks when it gets to the end of May. So right now in the comments, we're going to ask all of you to make a commitment. We're going to ask you all to look at this and say, how much money would you like to make? Or do you, and basically look at it. This is giving it to you on a silver platter. This is all I got to do. If I want to make, $500 this month, if I held one party a week, I could do that. If I want to make $750 this next month, and I can hold one little bit bigger party, and I can use the tips I learned on how to get those parties to that level. If I want to make $2,600 this month, all I have to do is hold 3 parties and coach those hosts to get to 500. And guys, think about this. What if you coach those hosts using the ideas that both Kim and April gave you to show them what's there for them and help them get there and keep in touch and build that little extra with them? What if those parties were all $1,000 parties? You wouldn't be making $2,600, folks. You'd be making $5,200. What are you going to do with $5,200 at the end of May that you got in that paycheck? So in the comments, guys, right now, this is how you're going to get in your company's drawing. You need to put in there how much money you're going to make this month and how many parties you're aiming to hold. So you got to put it in there because you got to break it down. You can't just say, I want to make this much money. I want to make this money and I'm going to hold this many parties so that I can do that. Those are the things that you need to do. Put that in the comments right now. And let's go and have the biggest, best May ever. I think these 5 companies should be the #1 companies, the top 5 companies in the entire region. Let's just blow the rest of them away. The South is risen again, guys. And it doesn't matter if you live in the South or not, we do. And that's all that matters, right? All right, I'm loving what I'm seeing here, guys. This is fabulous. I want to make $1,500. I'm going to hold 2 parties a week. Love it, love it, love it. Stacking those hosts. Yep, that's going to do it. How much money do you want to make, guys? That's the key. How much is it going to be for you at the end of the month? Okay, there we go. Hold at least 5 parties. Yeah. And once again, once you get those parties, then you coach them to get them to that bigger party level. That's going to even double the amount of money that you can make.
And it all starts tomorrow.
And it starts tomorrow, right? You got to get working on it starting tomorrow. When you start the 1st of May, you've got to have that schedule made out for that employee. So from now until the end, till next Wednesday, the 24th, you're the employer and you are working that schedule and you are hiring employees. That's you. But you're hiring employees and hiring hosts. I loved what April said about your host, your employees. How many employees are you going to hire to help you with May? And, we didn't even talk about all of the everyone wins and all of that. Because guys, if you use these ideas, you're not even going to need an everyone wins because every one of your people that are working are going to get to $500 and $1,000. And that's going to even make it bigger and better as we go. So I think that's it. Anybody else is there anything else I forgot to say before we close it out tonight? We are so excited. And guys,
Tomorrow, open those links.
Tomorrow.
Yes, that's right. Hit the ground running tomorrow.
It's all about the presents.